So these fun little games, Roland used to play these games with me all the time where he'd act like he was talking to the dogs when he'd really be saying stuff that he meant for me to hear, and that's what Charles is doing. And so is Darlene. And they'll stand right outside my door. Last night when Jake and I got home, there was a folded hand towel and wash rag on the corner of my bed. So Darlene came into our room again and left a wash rag and a hand towel on the corner of my bed. That's all she did. That I could tell she did. She didn't do anything that was obvious or clear. She didn't do our laundry. She didn't. I mean, I took our laundry to the laundromat yesterday, so she's routinely entering our room. Another day we came in, she had dropped the blinds. I guess it was her. It could have been Charles. And it wouldn't matter. Even if I had the lock, she's got a key to my door. My key doesn't work, but hers does, so. Charles thinks he's clever, and it was just, I had just woke up when I heard Charles step into the hallway and then stand outside my door and open Darlene's bedroom door and say, "Where are you going to go, huh? Get out." Just like that. And then he closed Darlene's bedroom door, and then car started in the driveway of 3717 at the very same second. My bedroom door was closed. Our lights were off in our room. Jake was still sound asleep, and this was just before 6 a.m. I thought maybe he had taken Darlene, but or Darlene had gone out to her car, but she hadn't, because when Jake and I left the house, Darlene's car was still there. He could have taken Darlene out to somebody else's vehicle. I don't have any knowledge of that, but I do know that he was not in Darlene's room, and he didn't have any contact with me or Jake. Where am I going to go? Charles was a vagrant. Darlene told me that Charles always slept in his truck. And he did that by choice, just because he liked it. Really, I told her that's not normal, Darlene. People don't like to sleep in their vehicles. You know, especially a pickup truck. So he just does it by choice because he likes it. Like, yeah, you really believe that, Darlene? You know, she didn't. Yeah, I said that's not normal, Darlene. But when we left the house, you know, there was just a little bit of rain falling, and Darlene's car was still under the carport, so Jake and I haven't had any contact with Charles or Darlene today, or in several days. Oh, God. I guess I'm taking a ride on the Southfield now. So these are the fun games that are played, and the synchronous activity that I see. This was all planned this morning. I don't know who was in the driveway, parked outside, right at the driveway that's for 3717, right outside Jacob's bedroom door. Our bedroom light was off. Charles didn't have any contact with me or Jake, which, you know, neither did Darlene. Jake and I haven't spoken to anybody today, and certainly haven't spoken to anybody on Parkway Drive since I talked to the cops about Charles changing our door Locked. So, he thinks he's clever, and the anger. What gets me is the bitterness of these snitches, the anger and the hatred they have. There's so much animosity, and they're so dug in to victimizing me and Jake. There's hatred. Like yesterday, Bree, the assistant manager at Circle K, when I went there to get a pack of cigarettes, she didn't have Wave cigarettes, so I asked her to get a pack of Fortunas for me. I didn't hesitate or act like I didn't know what I was getting. The man behind me started telling her where the cigarettes were. And she rang it up, and she said, "Are you done?" And she was trying to make me mad. And then, like, last night, I was in the cooler. I'd gone in there to stock the large cooler. I was getting the peace tea out, and a woman opened the milk cooler, and she said, "Hey, stupid." Just like that. And then she had long black hair with purple streaks in it, and she was real skinny. And she went running up to Sarah at the checkout counter. That's that place with herself. There were 2 drug deals fabricated yesterday, right after I got to work. 2 teenage boys that walked up the sidewalk. One of them holding the phone up to his ear, the other playing on the phone or texting on the phone, doing something like that. They walked into the Shell station. They were there. I parked my vehicle, gosh, at 5:45. I walked into the store. I think it was straight up 5 o'clock. They were still there. And they were at the checkout counter, already holding their bags. There was a white man who got out of a vehicle, parked over at the car wash. He had black hair. He had a cell phone. He got out of his car and used, and then he stopped in his tracks when I stopped walking in the parking lot towards the door, and then he put his phone away, and then he walked into the store. Anyway, I got to the sidewalk right outside the door to enter the store, and the 2 teenagers I just described that walked past my vehicle were standing at the counter talking to Sarah. Already had their bags in their hands, and as soon as I was about to open the door to go in the store, they ran over to the door. They moved really fast, and I was opening the door, and I said, "Oh, hey guys, excuse me guys." They acted like I wasn't even standing in the doorway and breezed right past me. I had to turn sideways so they could walk out. And the boy said, "Oh, thank you." I did not engage in any form of drug trafficking with those guys. I clocked in. I went back to stock coolers. I stocked the side coolers in the back. And then there were a couple of high school age looking guys, 2 or 3 of them that went to that back corner. There's a camera right there by the milk cooler, and they all stood there facing each other and said, "Oh yeah, that's good stuff." And they weren't talking about, "Yeah, that's good," something like that. It sounded like a drug deal. I was stocking the tea in the cooler right by them. I did not engage in drug trafficking yesterday, today, or any other day of my life. And these are all arranged, staged drug deals and witnesses. So that's why I have to videotape. And I think I don't know if I had my audio recorder on when I was talking to P. I know I had one audio recorder on, but I don't think the second one had cut off. Because the cell phone I'm recording with now cuts off a lot now. Started doing that last night. Or yesterday, so